meetings and through consultations. We don't really have to have designated leaders, that so and so now is the leader, go and represent us. We can always have a selection of people and say, look, you guys, because we cannot be called all of us, and the government is expressing interest in, you know, having a sit down and listening, go and have a chat. It is a matter of what do we have at that moment and who can actually go, who can access. If we are to write a statement, we can always have people to do that. We don't have to have a specific person or a specific group of people to always, all the time, speak on behalf of the entire movement. Thank you. Yes.
You are part of the church wants a voice.
Yes.
How does the movement plan to partner with religious organizations to push for the voice?
We are going to mobilize young people to be in the churches. We have actually identified the power that the young people hold. And you see, in churches, and I've not seen in mosques, but really in churches, where there are young people, and you hear politicians come forward to speak, even when they are not supposed to, or when they are not invited. The young people have always shouted and you know, and spoke them off. So really, it's a matter of having the young people in church and in other religious institutions. And once they are there, they know what they will do there.
Yeah, maybe a question, yeah? So, this question is very controversial. You saw, like, your counterpart, who maybe, I don't know, you're falling apart, yeah?
Who is that?
Morara Kebaso.
Yes.
Yeah? The main issue that came between is the funding, yeah?
Yes.
They are saying that they needed funds to go around to do campaigns and civic education and inject, yeah? The same with Caswell. He's also joining at the end because of finances. He needs finances to move around and be able to do the civic education, as he said. How are you planning to finance yourself as you move around the country, and how do you intend to facilitate yourself? Because
That's a good question. Let me let Comrade Sankara to respond to you.
And as Comrade Sankara replies,
Yes.
could you also answer on the issue of how amorphous you are? You don't have a party, you're not allowed to form a party, and then the constitution also bars you from forming a Gen Z political party. So in terms of this amorphousness, I don't know, when you mobilize, where will these Gen Zs get into? Will they get into a party, an association, a lobby group? And can you speak about this?
Thank you very much. Let me start with the gentleman. I don't know your name, kind.
my name is Collins from the West.
Collins.
Yeah.
I don't think you need money to know that actually the government is abducting and killing Kenyans. Do you need to get money so that you know that someone was abducted, tortured, and even exiled? You don't need money to be told that the education system is in limbos. You don't need money to know that Sha and She is actually an absolute confusion. So in other words, these things, it is the drive within us. Even today we are here, we are not paid to come here. So the same way we find our ways moving forward, we shall always work together with the people of Kenya. And on the question of amorphousness, at first when I was speaking, I insinuated the instance of legality. We are the people of Kenya, both of us here, in as much as the government just said the other day that birth certificates do not amount to citizenship. We actually have birth certificates, we have IDs, we are the people of Kenya. As far as we are citizens, we have the freedom of association, assembly. Do I need to continue? We are together.
Okay, responding to your question actually, personally, as Mabonga, and a few individuals who are here, in fact most of us, we were in the Inject party at the beginning. Unfortunately, the entire team that was at the Inject party, we left that party because we didn't have that good structures. Find out that you are talking on matters funding, yeah? You know, as a party, you cannot expect people to fund you through your personal mobile number or through your bank account. We expected, if it is a party, we are forming a party or joining a party, then this party, if you are doing resource mobilization, should be channeled to the right way, which is the account for the party. But unfortunately, the leaders of the party, of which at the moment as I speak, it's a group of schoolmates. And so we find out that they were so reluctant to come up with those structures and even forming a proper way or a proper channel to get the funding. And that's why we said we are not going to demand for accountability from the government, but we as individuals or as a party, we are not accounting for what the people on the ground are giving us. So that's why we left the Inject party. As you can see, Melvin is here. He was driving the Inject branded vehicle. Okayo is here. He was to be the Secretary General of the Inject party. Personally, I was there and I was tasked to work with the content creators and so on and so forth. We had our good friend here. He also volunteered to work on other aspects. We have people like Baha, who defaulted from the Inject party, I think yesterday. We have Voice of Tongaren, we have Maggie. All of them left Inject party because the leadership at the Inject party, honestly, isn't accountable. And so we said we are not going to join any party. Let us work partyless. And so, as I told you guys, it's not necessary to have a huge sum of money to go and do civic education. I, as Mabonga, Voice of Tongaren, Okayo here, we have been moving from county to counties, honestly. And I told you that we are going to Kilifi and Lamu. We haven't asked you guys to contribute to our personal phone numbers because you'll be asking us, why are you not accounting for these funds? So we are going to do civic education regardless, whether we'll be having funds or not. I don't need funds to come and talk to you. I only need good mobilization. Thank you.
And by the way, Collins, we don't need money, a lot of money to go to Tahmid in town and go to Mombasa to meet people at the market, to meet youth, at the various spaces at the coast. It's 1,200. You're in Mombasa. You're talking to people. You walk as you can. We have comrades around there who can always give you company. Technical University of Mombasa, one university, and what's not. It's not a lot of. It doesn't require so much of funding. It's just a little money that all of us here can always afford something, just some fare. Yes.
But you are open to contributions?
Of course, by all means. I mean, if Kenyans of good willing see that what we are doing is of importance, and if they can read the sincerity in our eyes, and if they can see the future that belongs to us, especially the young people, then maybe they will be convinced to support us in this move.
Yeah, political tension in Kenya seems to start rising up again.